graders. I am going to walk you through in this video how to format a paper in MLA style. And I'm going to use the Purdue OWL to guide you through this. They are a terrific website. The OWL stands for Online Writing Lab, as you can see here at the top of the screen. And they have a wonderful wealth of resources that will guide you through all types of formatting. So I'm going to use their guide here, and then I'm going to show you in an actual Word document, which you can do the same in Google Docs or any other platform you want, how to set the paper up and start going with your formatting. So as you can see here on this website, and if you just go to owl.purdue.edu, this is the full link up here at the top, but you can just go to owl.purdue.edu space MLA formatting and you'll find the link. I'll also put the link in the description. So if you scroll down here, you'll see this MLA formatting and style guide menu here. And just click on MLA sample paper to get to where I am. And you'll see this really terrific example paper. And you can scroll through the paper itself with all these great explanatory boxes of how to handle individual items in the paper, individual elements of formatting. So I'm going to walk you through setting up the document to begin with. And then I'll take you through each of these boxes and explain to you a bit more about what they indicate. So let's go back to the very top here, and you'll see that in MLA formatting, it's distinct because it has these 4 lines of information, then a title, and then the paper begins. And then you also have the author's last name, your last name, and your page number up here, starting on page 1. So I'm going to open up a Word document here, just create a blank document. And the first thing you want to do is to set your margins. Go up here to Layout, Margins, and in Word, this normal setting is the one that you want to aim for. If you don't see this normal setting, then just set your margins to 1 inch all the way around. The next thing you want to do is make sure to select Times New Roman, which is the standard font for MLA. And then you want to make sure that you're here at 12-point font. This will be your font size and your typeface throughout the whole document. Then the first thing you do once you've got your formatting set up correctly, and as you can see, it's pretty simple, you just put your name and then you hit enter once. And then as you can see here, you're going to have the professor's name. So I'll just put myself again. And then if you go back here, the class number, let's call it ENGL 26,000. All the numbering systems are different at each school, so this will just be whatever your class number is for the school that you're at. And then you'll put the date, and you'll notice they have it in the European style of day, month, year. We're just going to borrow theirs, so February 12th, 12 February 2024. That's all you have to have for the opening header. You enter one more time, and then you put the title of your paper goes here. And then I like to hit enter once again because this is where the body of the paper begins. I'll hit tab in, the body of your paper starts here, ... Then I highlight the title and I come up here and I click center to center it. And you'll notice that because we set the spacing at 2, it's going to stay at 2 the whole way through. Now, to add in your running page numbers, you just click up here. I double-clicked up here in the header. This area is called the header. And you're going to put your last name, and here is where you can insert your page number. Insert page number, top of page, alignment right, show number on first page. All of that is correct. Click OK. Now you'll notice this is looking funky. So I just selected that. We go back here to home. I'm going to align that to the right. And I'm going to remove any extra spaces here. Actually, that's not looking right. So let this be a real world example. So let me see what's going on here. All right, so I double clicked on the number and it expanded this field where the number is. And then I added my name inside the field box. That's how I got that there. Double click to get out of it. Double click to get back in it. I'm going to select it here and make sure that's also in Times New Roman, 12-point font. Okay, now if we double click in the body to get back in here, then I'm just going to copy and paste here just to get some filler text. I'm going to delete this tab and then just do this. So this is just obviously filler text. You would not actually write any of this. And because I'm copying and pasting, the spacing is off. So let's go back and fix that. So if you have anything like that happen, just highlight where it starts to go wrong, right around here, a little bit above and all the way to the end, and the spacing just changed. So we're going to go up here to Format, Paragraph, and you'll see here that some odd defaults have crept in. So we're going to want to make sure our spacing before and after is 0, and that our spacing is at double. And if I click the OK, you'll notice now it looks right. So if you have any issues with spacing, just go back to the Format, Paragraph, and then remove any spacing before or after. Now that our spacing is right, I'm just going to copy this filler text here. And you can see now it's fine. Okay, so you're going to want to highlight the portions of your paper that you want to have this hanging indent for, and go up to Format, Paragraph, and then Indents and Spacing. Make sure you're clicked there. You're going to go to Special, and you're going to go to First Line. And you're going to make sure this is at 1/2 inch, and you'll see a preview here. It looks funky because I manually hit the tab that took us here, so it indented a further 1/2 inch here. Click OK, and then all you have to do is just backspace or delete that extra space there. And now if we hit enter, you can see that our tab starts at 1/2 inch here. And so we're just going to keep going till we fill some space here. And you'll notice that because we set your page number up in the header, it's going to carry over into page 2. Okay, so that's setting up the body of your paper. We'll get to Works Cited in a different video. But let's go back over to this sample paper. I'll just walk you through some of the features here. So we've set this up, we've set our center title up, we've set up our indent, we've set up our running page number. And as they say here, the green text boxes are talking about explanations of MLA style guidelines. The blue boxes are directions for writing and citing an MLA style. So they just explain what we walked through here, and then the title here again, and they point out the title's not in bold, it's not underlined, it's not italicized, it's just regular plain text. I'm not going to worry about the green boxes because the green boxes are more about the content of the paper, and I want to focus on the formatting. Now I see here, because I do a lot of design, this is not double spaced, but it should be. So no slam to Purdue OWL. Everyone has typos, but this spacing somehow got messed up in their sample. So don't follow this. This is not actual MLA. It's just a typo. All right. So, and they say here, MLA requires double spacing throughout. Do not single space any part of the document. Okay. So now that we've set up our first page, now we get on to more of the body of the paper. And you'll notice here they give you an example of headings. So level 2 headers are going to be in small caps. Now you can do something other than small caps. You could do italics, you could do bold, you could do all caps. I don't recommend all caps, but you can do a couple of different options. It's really writer's choice, as you see, e.g. in small caps. They don't have to be in small caps, but just something consistent to indicate your subsections. And you'll notice here that once you have a level 2 header, your paragraph doesn't have an indent here. And so you'll want to make sure that you don't indent right here. Now, they did a different level header here. So this is a level 3 header. So it's like a subsection. If this is a section, this is a subsection. And you'll notice here that in addition to having a different look to it, it's italicized now, not in small caps like up here. The text continues right after this italicized level 3 header. Don't make the mistake of looking at these examples and thinking that you don't indent paragraphs. You do. It's just the way they've given the sample, right? So double spaced here, no indent here because it comes right after a level 2 header. Here, because it's a level 3 header, the text just continues. You notice this is actually a paragraph, but it's not indented. It just follows the beginning of the level 3 header. You'll see that right here, now that paragraphs are continuing, you do indent. So it's only the it's only the paragraphs that come right after a header that aren't indented. All the regular paragraphs within a section are indented. Okay, moving right along. So you'll see that inline citations are how MLA handles citing of sources. So you want to have the author's last name and the page number. And then in this example, we have another source here, Hurt, page 127. Subsequent citations of Hurt only require the page number. And we have two different authors here, which is why we have Danoff 7, Hurt 127. But these are all further citations of the same source. The other point they make is there's no comma in between the author's last name and the page number. Okay. So another feature of MLA formatting is how to handle deletions from your source quotations. So if you are deleting words from your original quotation, you need to put an ellipsis in here. This indicates you, the writer, have removed some of your source material. You don't want to quote everything, you just selected this to quote. And they also note that you have periods with a space between and after each one. So space, period, space, period, space, period, space. All right, so they also have a note here, and actually italics have been the thing for a long time now, so I'm not really sure why it says instead of underline, but maybe that's, I think underlining was an option in the past. So now they are saying titles of published works, so books, journals, films, not individual poems, but the complete work, are italicized. So the American Agricultural Press, 1819 to 1860, italicized. American Farmer, italicized. The Distribution of New Knowledge, italicized. Those are all titles of complete works. Okay, you'll notice here another example of a level 3 header. It's italicized, just like the other level 3 headers. Space, paragraph goes on. Paragraph starts, anyway. Indented here because it's the continuation of a paragraph. It's a paragraph break. Okay, a note here on block quotations. If your quotation runs longer than 4 lines, then you need to block quote it. And you block quote it by indenting the entire quote ½ inch. You see all this white space here, ½ inch in for everything. You don't indent it over here. So you only indent it on this side. It goes all the way to the end of the line over here. All right, another feature of MLA is you have a period here and then your double quotation mark. You don't reverse them. You don't put the double quotation mark and then the period. Same thing here, comma, then double quotation mark. All right, and you can see here a number of features, lots of ellipses right here, quotation here, and then the citation. And they note here as well that you can follow the first author's name. If you have multiple authors in a source, put the first listed author's last name here, and then follow it with et al, period, which is et alia and others, period, space, page number. If a source has 3 or more authors, that's how you handle it. You don't list all 3 authors in a row. You do the first author, et al, period, space, page number. You'll notice here's another block quote, indented ½ inch, this complete left side. Over here runs all the way to the end of the line. You don't indent this side. Okay, here's an example of a note that's done in bold typeface, and it's different from any of the headers, level 2, level 3 headers. None of those are bold. This is a formatting reserved just for notes. Okay, and then because this is a level 2 header, the paragraph is not indented, right? So just as we saw at the top of the paper, we have the level 2 header, and for this paper style, they've chosen small caps, no indent because the paragraph begins right after a level 2 header.